Welcome, I'm Vaza. This video is for the third trimester. I'm sure you feel tired by now, and if not, great to you. Welcome, I'm Vaza. I'm very excited you're here. This video is particularly if you're already in your third trimester. So props that I would like for you to grab is a blanket and then 2 blocks. And if you also have a bolster, great. So depending on how big your belly is already, find a comfortable seated pose on top of your bolster. So if the bolster is too narrow for you, so too low, then simply bring it up. So you can bring a blanket on top. You can also sit up on a chair. Okay, make it really comfortable. And then depending on how your ankles and joints are feeling, you can bring the legs in cross leg or maybe soles of the feet together. Okay, so wherever you decide to go, finding that comfortable seated pose, we're going to bring our awareness inside our bodies and into our belly. So guiding the hands here onto your belly. Begin to breathe in and connecting not only to yourself but also to your baby. Beginning by simply sending out gratitude to yourself for showing up. Good. Carving out the time to not only make yourself feel better, but also creating this incredible healthy body for your baby. Good. Every time you inhale, you breathe into your palms, open up also around the rib cage and the spine. And every time you exhale, you gently, very gently hug the belly back, almost like you're greeting your baby here. Few more with the inhale, push the belly out. Expand, and with the exhale, draw the belly back to the spine. Good. Every time you inhale, you lift through the crown of the head. And every time you exhale, straighten the shoulders and lift the chest all the way up. So towards the end of the pregnancy, all the weight feels pulling forward. And sometimes we begin to really round the shoulders to the front. So if this is the case, really draw the shoulders up and back here. Well done. And now we're going to go ahead and reaching your arms out to the side. Swing your arms up, interlace the thumbs. And with the exhale, just send your arms over towards the right as the right hand is lifting the left hand up and over. Good. Breathe into that left side body extension, into the waistline. And with the inhale, come all the way back. Simply switch the thumbs. And with the exhale, now we're going to reach over towards the left side. Good. Inhale together. Open and exhale. Good. As we come up, we're going to travel with the hands behind us and then reaching the legs out in front. So the feet are outer hip width apart. Really give it a good wide stretch here. And then we send the knees over to the right, coming all the way back. And with the exhale, move over to the other side. Good. Feeling that space that we're creating now in the inner hip and in the outer hip. Creating space here in your pelvic floor. So breathe in into the pelvic floor. Preparing the gate to open up here. And at any point in this class, if you need to pee, don't worry. Just pause or drink some water. Absolutely fine. Okay. Now we're going to come onto our hands and knees. So shifting the bolster away. If you have tender knees or any knee injuries, then maybe keep the blanket underneath the knees. All right. And now from here, we're going to draw some hip circles. Good. Finding your breath. Maybe closing the eyes if it feels safe to you. And as you're moving here through circles, create that fluidity around the spine. Good. Tapping from the spine into the hips. And then all these parts that might feel restricted today or tired, overwhelmed, whatever the story is, breathe through here and create space, not only physically but also mentally. All right, now we're going to move the opposite direction. Starting to wiggle the hips and then tapping also into the shoulders. All right, we're moving into our mama bear pose. So take the bolster or the blanket, bring it out in front of you. So if you have a blanket, you can just fold it up as if it would be a bolster. And then go ahead and stack one arm on top of the other. Hips stay over the knees. You can expand the knees a little bit wider out to the side. And then allowing the forehead to rest onto the mat, or onto the blanket actually. Good. And as the forehead is arriving on the mat here, allow the chest to open up, the belly to release, the hips to open. Breathe into the pelvic floor here. One more inhale. Open and exhale. Good. Place your hands back underneath your shoulders. You're going to come up and then taking the blanket out from underneath. Grab those 2 blocks and bring those 2 blocks out in front of you. Good. Now the hands stay onto the blocks and you want to step the right foot forward. And as you step the right foot forward, maybe you wanted to climb the hands a little bit further forward. Always accommodate not only your belly but also your chest, right? Good. Allowing the hips to sink. And instead of like relaxing the head here in that little shelf sometimes, I do that all the time, can you come out of it? So as you extend through the chest, the neck opens up, breathe in here. Open mouth and exhale. One more inhale. Open and exhale. Good. We're going to send the hips back, extending the right leg, climbing with the hands back so the hands are secure underneath the shoulders. And then here we just roll out the ankles. So towards the end of our pregnancy, 3rd trimester, sometimes the ankles can swell the toes, so this is a good way of sending some love to the toes, to the ankle. Roll the opposite direction. And now we're going to build up a little flow. So as you inhale, you're going to stretch and walk the blocks to the front, stretch your heart through. And then with the exhale, shift your hips back. Maybe keep the hands here so you get a little bit of a deeper stretch in the hamstrings, or again, just shifting the blocks back. All right. Now 2 more. With the inhale, we're going to shift the hips forward, open through the front body. And with the exhale, begin to blow out your lips, almost like you're blowing out bubbles. Relax your face. Final time, inhale to the front. Blow out your lips, exhale. Wonderful. You're going to come back here, simply bring the right knee down, and you're going to step the left foot out to the sides of the blocks. First time, we're going to stay here a little bit, arrange your blocks, accommodating your beautiful tummy and your chest. Be aware of the ears, of the shoulders, and then feel maybe closing the eyes, right? Good. Feeling that space that we're creating here. That calmness that is moving into our minds as we breathe deeper. Inhale and out. Last one, in and out. Good. Now we're going to shift the hips back. First time, climb the blocks back. So much stability. We're reaching and turning the left foot all the way out and open. Good. Creating again that fluidity here in the ankle. Circling now the opposite direction, please. Circling the opposite direction. You got it. All right, send the toes down. Walk the blocks forward. With the inhale, we're going to stretch long. And then with the exhale, blow out your lips. Left toes come up. Every time you inhale, you're finding more lift, more length, more space. And with the exhale, what would you like to release and let go of today? Maybe it's some physical tension, something that might be occupying your mind. Inhale. And then exhale, blow it away. Okay, ladies. Now, step the left foot down, okay? Tuck the right toes, lift your right knee, and you're going to step forward. All right. Now, hands onto the hips. You're going to face towards me, and we're going to draw some hip circles, especially towards the end. These hip circles are absolutely amazing. They really help to keep the lower back happy, but also the hips vary a lot, especially in the pregnancy. It's a connection between upper body and lower body. And then on top of that is all the extra weight, right? So feel free to even interlace the hands underneath the belly to support your belly, and then circle the opposite direction here. I'm a big fan of the belly band towards the end of the pregnancy. Good. I always had like so much pain in the ligaments, and the belly band really helped me tremendously of releasing that pain. My daughter was quite heavy. She was almost 10 pounds. Crazy. What our bodies can do, pretty spectacular. All right, and now we're going to step back to the top of the mat. We're creating here a little flow. I'm going to first show you from the side. So with the inhale, we're going to reach the arms up. And then like a waterfall, we're going to fold forward till the hands arrive on the blocks. If it's okay, drop your chin to the chest. If you feel like still morning sickness, then keep the head forward. With the inhale, push into the feet, rise up, swinging the arms up high. And with the exhale, hands by the heart. All right, we're going to do that a few more times. I'm going to turn this way. Inhale, reaching your arms up. And then with the exhale, bow down and fold. As soon as the hands arrive on top of the blocks, allow the head to hang. And then inhale, lift back up. Good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching your arms up. And with the exhale, hands by the heart. Go. We're going to do that twice while finding your own flow. Inhale, arms are reaching up, maybe even look up. And then with the exhale, bow down and fold. Inhale, open through the chest, look to the top. Exhale, bend your knees more, free the lower back. And then inhale, standing up tall, finding the strength here. And then exhale, hands back by the heart, bringing the energy back into your body. One more time. Inhale, arms are reaching high. Exhale, bow down, fold. Head is heavy. Inhale, look to the top. Exhale, bow and fold. Inhale, rise back up to standing. Swim the arms overhead. And then with the exhale, hands by the heart center. We're facing the long side of the mat. Feel free to move the blocks out from the side, or just kick them over with your feet if you don't want to come forward fold. I used my feet a lot towards the end of the pregnancy. All right, we're going to come into goddess pose. Heels are in, toes are out. Same concept. Always make sure you're safe and you're stable. And then start rocking from side to side. This pose I even did in the delivery room because it really helped me have back labor, to relax into the joints, but also almost like a little dance here, right? So you can welcome the baby. You can also tune on some music and dance around. And then inviting also your arms. Imagine you are in the water. And then invite that lightness of the water, that fluidity into your body. Your head can move. Good, your legs are strong and stable. All right, and then we're going to come back here, shoulders over the hips. And we're going to do a big circle. So with the inhale, we're going to straighten the legs, sending your arms up high. And then with the exhale, all the way down, blowing out the lips again. Inhale, we reach. Exhale down. And then one more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. Good. We're going to strengthen our arms again, because a lot afterwards, after we had the baby, is like here. So shoulders back, fingertips onto the shoulders. With the inhale, we're going to reach your arms up. And with the exhale down. Good. Focus here on the strength of your legs. And yes, the legs are burning, but we're building up the resistance, that urge of coming out, right? And just giving up. Because we need that power, that focus when we go into labor. Yes. And we also know this shall pass, like everything else in our lives. Can you just stay focused? Maybe go a little bit deeper. Challenge yourself. Good. If your mind is taking over, great. If your body's like, oh my God, how much longer? Breathe through. Stay calm. Maybe have a mantra. I had a little mantra for, my birth. And it was like, this shall pass. You got this. Inhale. And exhale. Together, one more inhale. It's going to feel so good when you come out, all right? Ready? And then reach your legs extended. Walk your feet closer together one more time. We're circling here around. circling the opposite direction. And now that you worked so hard, I'm going to bring you into a really nice restorative pose. Okay, so let me show you first where we're going to go. If you are by a wall, I want you to please move the mat all the way against the wall. You can also use a couch to lean up against it with your bolster. The bolsters are pretty cheap. You can get them online, or sometimes you can also, you know, ask a friend that already had their babies, not using it anymore. All right. So reaching the first block down to the low side, the second to the high side, and then prop it up against the wall, okay? So you're gonna scoot all the way back, and if you have a nice pillow, you can also bring the pillow underneath your sit bones. And then you take that blanket and you're turning it into a roll. Okay, and I give you a couple of options, all right? As we come down, your knees can turn out to the side, soles of the feet together. Oh, feels already so good. Your whole spine is on the bolster, your head is supported, your hips open up, and your knees have some support. You're not stressing here, the hips. It's a passive hip opening. And if this might feel too much because you have any ligament pains, then just bring the blanket underneath the knees. All right, so if you have tight shoulders, arms open into a T. But if it's okay, maybe rest one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. You can connect here to your baby again. Good. Feeling your own heartbeat slowing down. When we're pregnant, we get out of breath so much faster, and it's absolutely normal. Now it's just time to melt away. So you can keep your hand onto the heart and belly, or reaching your arms out to the side. Wonderful. And then here, just visualize a cloud right in front of your inner eye. And I would like for you to imagine you're gonna put or throw actually everything that you're ready to release now into that cloud. Any pain in your body, maybe any annoying conversation that you had, or advice from so many people that we get throughout pregnancy, and sometimes they weren't even pregnant. So everything that you're ready to let go of, just throw it up into that cloud. Good. And when you're done, you take an inhale into the nose. Open your lips, and you're going to blow that cloud away. Off that cloud goes. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Cloud is even moving further away. Do that a couple of more times. Inhale. Exhale. Release the tension out of your body. You don't need it any longer. In and out. Last round. Inhale. And out. Returning now back to your regular breath. Good. Welcoming all that space that you can now feel in your head, in your throat, your shoulders, your chest, your belly, your hips, but also your arms and your legs. And every time you exhale, you relax a little bit deeper. And a little bit deeper. Good. If you like, you can stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, begin wiggling fingers or toes, or wherever your body likes to move first from. You can reach your arms overhead, maybe yawn if you're tired. It's also releasing stress. And then using your hands and your arms, particularly, to roll over the left side. So you always want it to come up over the left side. Using that roll to sit on, or maybe your bolster again. You can also sit with the bolster like on a horse. You can also bring the bolster like this in between. So maybe I show you this variation as well. So you have so many options to pick from. And bringing again one hand to the heart, one hand to your beautiful womb. Breathing gratitude in here. Gratitude for carving out the time, stepping onto the mat, moving and connecting. It's so important to stay mindful throughout pregnancy. And the more we ingrain that in our bodies on a daily basis, by just simply breathing deeper, it doesn't have to be rolling out the mat, getting all the props, just breathing deeper, the more likely our body is really remembering these tools when we need it, when we're stressed out as new moms, when we're sleep deprived. So you can tap back into that energy tank and then filling it up. Bowing your chin to your own chest. It was my absolute honor to guide you here through this practice. Thank you so much. Namaste.